Hey guys, Goose here, and today we're back with episode 3 of PvP tips. And today I'm going to be specifically focusing on the one and only Flint and Steel, because it definitely was the thing I was best at in MCSG. And I do have a lot of things I know about the Flint and Steel. A lot of them, well, a lot of kind of the stuff I'm going to be talking about, it's going to take a lot of practice, and you're going to have to know the game. But you can start with the tips I'm giving you and start to build a better base for being able to use the Flint and Steel. So yeah, let's do this. But for the first thing, when using the Flint and Steel, you need to be able to quickly switch from your sword to your Flint and Steel. It's how it is. And you're going to have to just very quickly and very easily just be able to switch like that. And I can't even see the image when I do it now because I can do it pretty fast now, just switching from my sword to my Flint and Steel. But you need to get used to just being able to switch really quickly from these two. And yeah, hold on. Alright. And yeah, so the three ways of kind of you being able to switch from your sword to Flint and Steel is your is scrolling, using macros, or using your hotkeys. And now I scroll, but trust me, it takes a long time to be able to precisely scroll, and I don't know, I wouldn't recommend it for people just starting or if they want to get really good with the Flint and Steel, but I do think most people use the hotkeys instead, but that's just not how I roll. I use the scrolling, but I've become very precise with my scrolling, and yeah, I've become very precise with it. But whatever you do, whatever you want to use, you need to be able to practice this over and over again, so you can do it very quickly. And I'm going to show a clip right now of me just practicing how I like to, in just a single player world, practicing switching from my sword to my Flint and Steel. And you need to do this a lot. If you're trying to get better at just specifically switching quickly, you need to do this a lot in single player. And trust me, I did this when I was first learning how to use my Flint and Steel, and it helped so much. I did a lot. So yeah, make sure you do that to practice the switching. The next technique I'm going to be showing is what I like to call food fire. It's basically, you're running away from someone, you need to eat your food, and you do have a Flint and Steel in your hotbar. So what you're going to do is, I can't really eat right now, and no one's chasing me, but you're going to turn around, make sure you have enough space as well. I'm going to eat my golden carrot, and then either you can eat the entire food that you have, or you can just go halfway, depending on how far away they are from you. And you just want to quickly switch to your Flint and Steel and just place it once, and then turn straight around. It's a good defensive thing, especially if you do get them on fire, because if you didn't eat that food that you were halfway through eating, you can quickly eat that. It's good. So yeah, if you're ever running away from someone, a defensive Flint and Steel is just turn around, start eating your food, they'll get closer, quickly switch to your Flint and Steel, and then just run away. Works quite well. I wouldn't suggest spamming. I mean, I don't spam Flint and Steels at all when I use the Flint and Steel. I do it once, and that's accurate enough for me. But some people do like doing two fires, which can be more effective than just one, but I find it more accurate just using one and getting better at just using one than trying to do two fires. It just takes my attention off what I'm supposed to be doing if I have to do more than one kind of click on the ground. But it's dependent on what you like to do in your PvP. So yeah, food fire. So the next thing is basically everyone should have at least once in MCSG chased a person down. Yeah, so you should be chasing someone at least once every game in MCSG. So everyone should have done it. And there comes to a point where the person will eat the food, they regen all their health, right? The person you're chasing. And, they'll be ready to fight again, because you're still chasing them. They don't want to be chased around the whole game. And so, they normally turn around and they go straight to the sword, they're fishing rod you, or they try and Flint and Steel you. And I'm going to, cover the Flint and Steel part. So, when I'm chasing someone, I'm aware of my surroundings, I know where I'm going. If they're taking me to a choke point, if they're taking me to their teammates, I can tell. But I can also kind of tell which points they'll try and Flint and Steel me at, because when I'm running from someone, there are specific points which I know are better for Flint and Stealing than others. So whenever I get to those points, I'm very aware that I could get Flint and Steeled at any moment. So I'm very on my toes, so even though I am chasing them and, not letting up, I'm making sure my A and D keys are ready to be pushed at any time, because they will turn around, try and Flint and Steel you. And you just really need to be able to strafe around that fire at any point in time when chasing someone. So just be aware of that when you're chasing someone, that you need to have your A and D keys ready to be able to strafe away from their fires. And just also be aware of points where people tend to Flint and Steel, like small alleyways or kind of just kind of smaller points. They can do it anywhere they want, but just be mindful of that. The next thing we have here is attacking with the flint and steel, because that is it's quite a big thing. In V1 that never really happened, but attacking with the flint and steel has definitely become quite a big thing, and you need to know how to do it. So from earlier, from learning how to switch from the sword to the flint and steel, if you've gotten that down, then that's like halfway to doing what's it called, to being able to do this effectively. So this person's chasing after me right now, and most people, if they go to flint and steel, they'll just walk, they won't sprint jump, so you can notice that if someone's just coming straight towards you, not sprint jumping. But the better players can sprint jump towards a person and kind of set them on fire, and you know, it won't be as suspecting, I guess. And you got to be able to work around flint and steel with someone. When you're attacking, like right then, the person came kind of to the side of me, and you need to be able to like swiftly move your mouse to different points, because they're not always going to be straight ahead of you like this, and yeah, sometimes, you know, they won't come forward when you think they will, but like there's a bit to this as well with predicting when someone's going to come and attack you, because you don't want to be wasting all your flint and steel charges. You want to know when they're coming forward towards you and just be able to kind of get a combo on them like that. So yeah, just be aware of player movements. Make sure when you place that flint and steel down, you know that they're still coming towards you, they're not kind of baiting you, and be able to swiftly move your mouse around so you can quickly just get them there or there. Yeah, make sure also when you're doing this that you get that flint and steel, that fire, sorry, as close to the person as possible, because it's just gonna make it much easier to get them on fire, because if they're right here and you flint and steel right here, this gives them much more time to go around it, and I see a lot of people doing this as well. It's just they try and flint and steel me, but it's quite a ways away, so it's pretty easy for me to dodge it, so you definitely want to practice getting it closer to the person, and that's just going to come over time. But I would suggest just at the start just trying to lots of people at the start just trying to get the movements down, and just be able to swiftly move your mouse to whatever position they are putting themselves in. Of course, when you're using flint and steel, there are a couple like tricks you can do. You can place it underneath you when people are chasing you. You can go towards them, and oh no, it's like you can walk backwards and place it in front of you. They keep going towards you when you're being chased. There's little flint and steel tricks that you can do, and I don't really want to mention them all in this video, because if I ever do a tips and tricks video, I would like to mention like those things and how to do them properly and all that stuff. But yeah, like I think I said in this first video, this series is kind of because I have so many things I know about PvP, and I can't just fit that all into a single video, like a PvP tips and tricks video, which frustrates me so much. So when I'm making that video, I'm just like, but I need to tell everything. So it's good for me as well, just to be able to get all my opinions, and I guess opinions and strategies and kind of things you can do in game. And yeah, I'm definitely getting chased by a couple people here, which is all good. I need to die anyway, no flint and steel. Alright. Also in that situation there, if I did have a flint and steel, I would have talked to you guys about the next thing I want to talk about, which is when you're being attacked by a two-team, like what do you do with your flint and steel? And say if they're like they're cutting you off or something like that, what do you do if you do have flint and steel in your inventory? And people, they'll either be in a group or they'll like be on opposite sides of you. If they're in a group, flint and stealing shouldn't be too hard, nor should you be like pinned against a corner because you can just run around. But if they are kind of pinning you into a corner or something like that, what you really want to do is just, if they're coming from two sides, like I said last video, target one of them. But the thing is, you're going to use the attacking flint and steel, so you're going to go straight for that person, you use the flint and steel on them, and most of the time they're not going to be straight in front of you. If they are, that's alright, but you really want to get to the side of them to be able to quickly run away and make it a lot easier. So if someone's coming from this direction to you, you kind of want to run this way, because if they're on opposite sides, you want to run like down the middle. But when they're coming to the right of you, or whoever it is, just quickly 90 degrees, flint and steel on the ground like that. They'll run into it, and it'll just make your job a lot easier when trying to run away from your team. I would like to get a demonstration here, but like FFA, I can't really get a team. But yeah, let's just say one person to the right, one person to the left. You're going to run more to the right side if you want to target the right person. I think he's trying to fight me or something. There's people asking me stuff in chat, and I can't like talk right now, recording. But Yeah, so right, if you want to run to the right a bit more, but still through the middle, 90 degrees flint and steel them, they'll go in the fire, and make sure you place this well. You're going to have to practice this quite a bit. Make sure you place the flint and steel well, and then just keep going, they'll be on fire, and it's just much easier to run away if you're getting pinned up against a corner. So, yeah. I'll try and get an example. So Mark's right in front of me, I'm going to flint and steel to the right, and then just keep going like that. That's what I kind of mean there. I did get him on fire, too. He went in the water, but I did get him on fire, and that's kind of what I mean. But that was only one person, but you kind of want to run, like, to the left of them, which is to the right side. Yeah, it's hard to explain, but you want to run kind of away from them, but turn around and 90 degrees flint and steel them. It's just that they're more unsuspecting of it, which makes it a lot better. Alright guys, that's all I'm going to be saying for this video. I hope you got a little bit of information out of it. I can't like full on explain everything that I know about flint and steel or any PvP things, but I hope you did get at least some of my knowledge on flint and stealing, and I hope that it improves yours. So yeah. Bye!